So here we are, the July segment of the United in Motherhood series. This month, we sit down with some influential mamas to discuss all things motherhood. We'd love for you to share the content, subscribe to our channel to help our community grow, and give us a like if you're enjoying it. Tonight, we bring you one of the most genuinely kind spirits, a mama you all probably know, Krystal Hipwell. Krystal is mama to her rainbow baby Nakoda and divine son Sunny. This is one of the most raw and real chats we've had, so get the tissues ready.
We're in Sarah's Day land. I am going to go show Zoe the Blackwood Pantry, which is where Sarah's Day goes all the time. Hashtag Sarah's Day, come find us.
We should tell them that we're going to be doing a little bit of a different style.
Yeah, you tell them.
Series. No, you tell them. This is your creative vision.
You guys obviously know Zoe's United in Motherhood series, which is here you're watching. Our vision for the series from here out is to kind of add a little bit of a vlog to it. Whenever we do these interviews, we
behind the scenes.
We have like really cool days out. So we are going to include part of the days out just to show you where we are, just kind of a chill vibe.
So many people are staring at us right now.
Yeah.
Need to get used to this vlogging in public. Anyway.
Okay, so
let's do it. Show us your nibs protein shake. What's up, buttercup, Reese's peanut
butter? Okay, cool.
What's N stand for?
N, I don't know.
I might have another coffee.
Do it. I've already had 2 today, and it's only 10 a.m.
Wait for our home to show on the horizon. Soon we'll be there.
Like a candle and a t-shirt.
Yeah, I love that. Zoe has like lost everything.
I'm so unorganized. I lost my credit card this week. I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached. That's what my husband said. I'll probably lose my child.
You would not.
No, they're the one things I'll never lose. We're going to jump straight into it. We've done a little bit of an introduction, but this is the beautiful Krystal Hipwell. I'm so excited. I feel like I followed you on Instagram for so long now. I actually found you when I was looking for pregnancy workouts.
Oh, there you
go. So I stumbled across and I
Awesome.
started following them along. In my pregnancy, just a bit of background, I eat well, I exercise well, and I still gain about 25 to 30 kilos.
Oh, wow.
I don't know why. It's like a hormonal thing.
Yeah.
So I was very conscious of trying to find things to do. So that's how I stumbled across
but
you.
still just keeping moving, I imagine.
Yeah,
you
the
would have
weight
felt
dropped
a lot
off
more better than
quicker.
Yeah,
100%. And I love that you were doing it at home. I also had my
probably here.
Yeah, just here where we are.
Pretty much in this spot.
Yeah, and I had my toddler around me and I just tried to get it done. So we're going to touch on that as well, like getting stuff done. But let's start with you as not a mama, as a woman. And what makes you thrive? What are you into?
I was thinking about this question. I'm like, oh my gosh, sometimes I'm like, who am I? Like, aside from being a mum, it's almost like you kind of forget along the way, which is, you know, it's good and bad.
It's part of it.
But yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I do? I feel like my kids are my world, and that's the hard thing. Like, you know, being a mum, being a wife, it's really hard to find time to do anything else.
Oh, yeah.
But I'd say my outlet is definitely exercise, as you know. Yeah, but apart from that, I'm like, what do I do? Catching up with, you know, girlfriends and doing all that stuff without kids, like, just doesn't happen now. It's all about play dates and 100%. All that sort of stuff.
So Elise is behind the camera, and this is technically work, but this is our favourite day when we can get out and be together.
And you're being creative 100%. And 100%.
Finding your people. And I feel the same way, like, as a mum, like, you do, your kids are your world.
Yeah.
And you want, like, you don't want it to be any other way, but you do sometimes lose yourself. So I think exercise is
that's
thing.
definitely my outlet. I'm like, I have to do some form of exercise like almost every day, otherwise I think I'll lose the plot.
Oh, same. If I don't get to the gym, if my husband says my gym class is at 6:15 every night, if he's running late, my mood switches and I lose it. I'm like, I have to get there. My sanity, I'm going to go crazy.
100%.
But it is, it's my thing.
Yeah.
And you've documented before about your anxiety. Does that come into exercise?
100%. I feel, I always say exercise is like my therapy. It's like medicine for my mind. I feel like if I haven't trained, I do start to get a little bit anxious and it just helps me alleviate a lot of the stresses and stuff. And sometimes even, it sounds awful, but sometimes to, you know, run away to the gym, have your husband mind the kids, and you're like dying to get away from them. It sounds awful.
No.
Like, you want to get away from them, and then you have that 45 minutes, and you're like,
I miss them.
I miss them. I can't wait to go back to that crazy house.
100%. And you need that because I feel like if you don't have that time to
make you the best you.
Yeah.
How can you be the best mum or
Exactly.
the best
I always
wife
say
or
that.
the best
Yeah.
friend or whatever, because your cup's not full.
Exactly.
So filling your cup is exercise, which is pretty awesome.
And then it overflows into your family, and you have that capacity to be a better mum.
Yeah.
100%.
So it's just finding what's right for you.
Yeah.
And with the anxiety, because we did talk about this earlier,
Yeah.
it's not something I put it in the questions as crippling anxiety, but you said you think as a mum, everyone struggles with it somewhat.
Everyone, yeah. And I think it's just, sometimes it's not even expectation that society puts on you, but it's like expectation that you put on yourself.
Yeah.
And you always assume that everyone's expecting so much from you, but it's really you that's doing it a lot of the time. I know personally, I'm like, oh, I've got to, make sure I've got a 3-course meal on the table, and I've got to make sure the house is perfect.
Yeah.
I've got to make sure that, my hair's done
I'm
right
put
or whatever.
together.
And but at the end of the day, your children actually don't even notice that.
No.
And that's what you've got to remind yourself.
Neither
And your
does your
husband
partner.
would rather you just sit and be with them. And that's something that I really have to remind myself of, because I get caught up in the outward of like what things look like, and I think we all kind of do, and feel like you're ticking off all those things off your to-do list.
Totally.
But at the end of the day, it's it's more important to be present, and reminding yourself of that definitely helps with the anxiety to go, it's all right just to be. Just you have to do anything, just be. Yeah.
And with your beautiful babies, going from 1 to 2, I imagine, well, I know it's a shift. And your beautiful Nakoda, it took you a while to have her. So tell us a bit about that journey and how it's been having 2.
Well, I've been pretty public with my miscarriages and whatnot, and the struggles to fall pregnant and to have her. I feel like she was such a long time coming, and she's obviously so worth it.
She's such a ray
worth
of
the wait.
sunshine.
Yeah.
I haven't met her yet, but I feel like I know her.
She's sleeping. Let's see how long she'll stay asleep.
Yeah, it's great.
But and that's the thing, like obviously the transition with the 2, going from 1 to 2 was really hard. But I just come back to that whole thing of like, this is what you've prayed for, this is what you've wished for so long. I'm going to get teary about it.
No, it's beautiful.
And if I come back to that, then I go, oh my gosh, just be grateful. Like, it looks like a crap fight right now. I'm sitting on a pile crying because everyone's crying at me. And then I go, okay, take it back to like, this is where I've wanted to be for so long. Remind myself of that, and suck it up. It just blows my mind when I look at Nakoda that if it wasn't for enduring all that hardship and that pain and the loss, that I wouldn't actually know her.
Which is scary
today.
It's
a strange concept.
It's so cool. No, I'm a big believer in that as well, because when you those babies, they were never meant to be in your arms. They were always meant to be your angels. Whereas your Nakoda, she's meant to be here.
Exactly.
She's your girl,
She picked you.
It's a strange
She
thing
picked you.
so if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't actually know her. And I think, for anyone that's going through a similar situation, to know that one day they will have that rainbow baby, and they'll be able to look them in the eye and just savor every moment and go, oh my gosh, if it wasn't for that pain, I wouldn't have you in my arms. So
and it's worth everything. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful.
No.
It's okay to, go, shit, this is hard, and oh my gosh, today was a bad one. But it's bringing it back and going, this is what, you prayed for it. This is what you wanted. And your faith is a big part of your identity.
100%. I feel like it's put so much perspective in my life. And before having Christ, it just, I was living a very selfish life, so to speak, and it was all about me. And then thankfully my beautiful husband, he brought me to church on I think it was our second or third date. He took me, he was attending Hillsong at the time, and he was like, just come along, like the music's pretty cool. Like he was trying to sell it to me in that way.
So I'm taking it back to Elise. Put the camera on yourself for a second. She found faith, well, you've always been somewhat religious, but she found faith once when her dad was unwell last year, was it? You really reconnected. She's actually wearing a Hillsong top, aren't you?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So your story, she was very excited today to come and to connect, because I think, finding Christ, like you said, it's a big part of who you are, and probably helped you through what was a really tough time trying to have your beautiful girl.
100%. I feel like if I didn't have that, I probably would have just lost it. I really clung on to that faith and that belief that God had put that in my heart to have another child, and that he would fulfill that promise for me. And that was a big thing.
Taking back to health and fitness, big part of your identity. There's probably mums and women out there, they might be working a corporate job and they, struggling to find the time. They might be stay-at-home mums, whatever it is that they're going through. What's your advice to them? They want to incorporate health and fitness. What's your advice? How do they do it?
Oh gosh, I always say, because a lot of people fall into the trap of like 8-week challenges and fad diets and stuff like that. I don't do any of those things purely because I think it should be more of a lifestyle thing. We've heard it all before, but
but it's the reminders you need.
It shouldn't be something that you can't just continuously do day in, day out. If you can't do that, then you're sort of setting yourself up to fail.
It's not right.
So it should be something that's consistent, that you can integrate with your life. I have little mum hacks, like I keep my weights and my exercise mat in my cupboard over here in the kitchen.
10 minutes.
Yeah,
you just drop on the floor.
So I will literally just, if I'm like, oh, the kids are actually sitting, and I pop Nakoda in the bumbo or whatever, and I'm like, give her a sandwich. Sunny will be watching a show, and I'll be like, okay, I've got 20 minutes. I'm just going to go hell for leather. I think the whole thing of like having a routine is really hard. I always say we don't have a routine because every day looks pretty different. And I just go, whenever I can cram it in, I will find time. Today looked like us, like exercise-wise, it just was us going down for a little walk down to the park.
We saw it on your Instagram
story. There you go. So that was that. And then I came home, same thing, put her in the bumbo, and I just did a little ab routine on the floor here.
So it's literally just finding the time. I'm a big advocate, and I hate to bring it back to me, but you find the time for the things that you value. And I think if you want to put an emphasis on your health and fitness,
you'll make time.
You have to almost.
And just like live in your exercise gear, I find that makes it really convenient.
I'm
because
always
you're like, I've got a spare moment. I've got my shoes on. I'm just going to jog on the spot.
I feel like I put my activewear on and I'm in it all day anyway. And then I go to the gym.
Comfy anyway, like just for wrangling children and whatnot. It's literally mum uniform every day.
And I
except for now because I'm like,
but we're on camera. This isn't normal. This is not normal. If there is a mum out there who is at home, doesn't want to go to the gym, can't afford to go to the gym, or can't find the time to go to the gym, have a look at your page. So I feel like you're sharing a lot of content that's free for us to look at.
And a lot of it doesn't actually require any equipment either, which is awesome. So you can literally use your baby as weights,
or your body,
or body weight exercises. And it's still gonna, like, I did a workout with a girlfriend recently where we had a little girls trip away, and we just did body weight exercises, and we were both so sore for like 3 days after. Which is so it goes to show you don't need the gym, you don't need the weights. Like,
you don't need the expense either. You can do it in your home,
and you need a tiny little bit of space.
So cool. Very awesome. Very awesome. Anyway, mum hat off. Influencer hat on. How do you feel being called an influencer?
Gosh, I was
such
thinking
a
about
modern
this again
word.
before. It's a funny word because I've never really thought of myself like that. When you take it back to like the word influence, I'm like, it just reminds me of like being at school and someone saying they're a good influence or they're a bad influence. I'm like, I hope I'm a good influence, and that's what I hope that I can,
being a follower of yours, I definitely say I think you share the real, the raw, the good, the bad, and you're just really relatable. So I think that can't be bad. It's a good thing. It's such a new age thing, and I feel like we're all learning about it as a profession. And it is. It's your job. It's your career.
Still work. I think people probably think it's easy, and I've learned that it's a lot more work than you realise.
100% behind the scenes. Even doing this stuff, I'm not going to say who said it, but someone said to me like, oh, you're going to get a real job. I'm like, this is my job. It's my passion and I love it. But it is a lot of work.
It's so funny. I said to Sonny, I go, oh, mummy's got to go to work. And I call this sort of thing working. He goes, because Neil being a builder, he goes, but mummy, do you know how to build houses? This is what he says every time. He goes, but mum, I don't think you'll know how to use the tools or whatever. So he thinks that is working, but he doesn't quite get that.
That's so cute.
Which is,
no, it's because it's what they know, because daddy's going to work, and so that to him is work.
So he's like, mum, you don't have a real job.
My dad is a builder, and he is like, I guess, the face of the company and sort of does all the like relationship stuff. And as a child, they explained to me that dad does all the deals. So at school, I was telling everyone my dad was a dealer. Like the first 3 years on my kiddie thing, it says, "What does your mum? What's your mum's job?" Would be like, I know. I said, "Mum was a cleaner, and my dad was a dealer." So that's what it says. You know when they let you list what your parents do? So that's what I did. I'm really sorry, Dad. What started you on social? Like, what made you want to go onto Instagram? And I know you had a platform from stuff in the past. But what put you on? I
wasn't doing Instagram at the time, but and then I sort of was just sort of being very private, and it was around the time with the miscarriages. So I had just gone through my second miscarriage in I think it was like 5 months or something.
Jesus.
Yeah, so I was like, just basically.
You were quite far along.
Yeah, so I was 3 months. So I was 12 weeks. I was 10 weeks the first time and then 12 weeks the second time. And we found out, it was quite heartbreaking because we found out the second time, you just think if it happens once, it won't happen again, which is terrible.
No, yeah.
Yeah, the second time we found out at our 12-week scan and Sunny was with us. So that was really rattling because we're like, oh, we're going to see the baby. And yeah, that was heartbreaking to say the least.
How do you tell
your
baby boy that you're so protective of?
Yeah. So it was hard to literally...
he's old enough to know, right?
Yeah. So he was like, but where... Yeah. And anyway, so I basically was a little bit reclusive around that time, and I felt like, my relationships around me probably weren't going good. I wasn't really confiding in people. And even with Neil, the first time when I lost the first one, I basically was like clinging onto him for dear life. And then the second time it happened, I was angry.
Yeah.
So it was like my coping mechanisms changed somehow. Yeah. And I think I was just like, why did this happen again? Yeah. And really frustrated about the outcome.
What the fuck? Like, what's going on?
Exactly.
Like, it's not fair. Why me? And it is. It's really hard.
It's funny that you can literally go through the exact same thing and process it completely different.
God.
Yeah.
And when you were pregnant with Nakoda, were you on edge or?
I was a little bit at the start, 100%. Like I still remember that first scan, and I was just I was pretty much going in there. It sounds awful. I'm going. No,
you're
probably going to be dead. This is literally my mentality.
That
and
word
I was
dead is just horrific.
Yeah. And that's what I would tell myself. I just said to Neil, I go, I've got to guard my heart, and I don't want to go in there with any expectation. I'm just going to go in there thinking the worst, which is terrible.
You Instagrammed it and Sonny was there, wasn't he?
Yeah, and then we went in and I just was like,
lost it.
Yeah.
Oh my
gosh.
Yeah,
it was amazing. But I felt like after being a bit reclusive and whatnot, after the second miscarriage, I went, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to put a post up. I'm just going to share what happened because I feel really crap about this. And
there'll be someone else out there.
Yeah, and I thought it was kind of a part of my healing and my way of processing it. Yeah. To just go, this is what happened. I don't know why. And I just felt the need to share it, and in the hopes that someone else might be going through the same thing and they might confide. In that, be able to confide in me and what, the feedback I received was just amazing. There was so many stories.
Because 1 in 3 have a miscarriage. Which is so crazy. And
it used to be 1 in 4 and now I think it's more. So.
I don't know if that's 100% correct.
But it's crazy
to think.
But a lot of women don't talk about it. And that was the feedback I got was, oh my gosh, thanks for sharing this because it's such a taboo topic and none of my friends will talk about it and I don't know who to talk to and this happened to me, the same thing. And
my mum, my sister, my auntie, my friend,
everyone
my girlfriend had a miscarriage. It's like, whoa. Like this is not something that I'm going through by myself.
No,
and
exactly.
It's something that shouldn't be taboo.
It shouldn't be taboo.
But it is.
You feel ashamed of something that was
saying
beyond your control.
To my husband.
Yeah.
And he's like, why are you sorry? I'm like, my body, like it failed us.
I know.
Isn't that terrible? Did not. You carried our beautiful daughter and she's perfect. And even if we don't have another one, I knew in my heart I wanted another one. Yeah. He's like, we've got her and we should be so grateful. But you feel like you're to blame. Yeah, and it's got nothing to do with us. It's just the universe, you know, something's going on.
It took me a long time to be able to process that too. And I think that's a common thing for women. For mums, we all blame ourselves for everything.
100%. And this is
even beyond our control circumstances. We just, I don't know.
And this is a question that actually wasn't on the sheet, but it's just one personally. In the first 12 weeks, I am exercise obsessed. I always have been. I was either a runner and now I'm obsessed with F45. It's a big part of my identity. And the first 12 weeks of my pregnancy with Blake, my second, I was so worried to exercise that I would damage something.
I was pretty cautious as well.
Yeah. But I almost lost a little bit of myself because I felt, I felt like a big blob. I might have not looked like it, but I felt awful. And then I found exercise again and the pregnancy I was lucky.
Oh, you feel so much better going through pregnancy training.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And you're a bit sick at the start, obviously, as well, dealing with the nausea, so you probably don't want to train as much.
No, but it is. It's funny. And I remember seeing you pregnant and I was like, oh, like it's okay. Like, it can still be me. I can still do the things I love.
Well, they always say if you've always done it, continue doing what you're doing, but obviously regress certain exercises, maybe not as high intensity and not lifting.
Which I could see you do through your videos. Because you would do, like, I
tried to be really responsible because as well, I was sharing this in this public platform. And I didn't want to be under scrutiny of going, oh, it's okay to do this.
And then I compared myself to you. Yeah, 100%. And I think
I didn't want to risk that. Obviously not, for me. I didn't want anything bad to happen, but also I didn't want to encourage other people in the wrong way.
100%. I think that's another part of being, you just got to be so mindful. So it is hard to know what to share, right, sometimes. But I think your platform is incredibly positive and kind, and it's so your kids are just beautiful rays of sunshine. Even on my feed, seeing your beautiful photos, it brightens everyone's day. So I think it's pretty awesome. Final question. What's next for you?
I still don't know. More just to keep my kids alive would be great.
More of the same.
More of the same. I want to try and incorporate more of my fitness stuff. It's so hard because that's what I do day in, day out. Like I said, sometimes I'm struggling for my own sanity just to find that little bit of time. I don't have time to set up a camera and do all this stuff.
It is.
Because that's going to take up an extra hour. And I do, at the moment, I literally do everything myself. I do all my editing, I do everything. So I'm like,
it's time consuming stuff,
people. So I think I want to probably put someone on that could help me
if anyone's watching and they're an amazing editor and they want to work with a boss-ass mum.
And they want to follow me around and put up with my kids.
100%. But there are people out there that are so skilled and can support you on that.
So I think it's
building the Krystal Hipwell team.
Yeah, and maybe putting myself out of my comfort zone, because I've probably been in my comfort zone for a little bit.
Well, you've been in mum, you've got two beautiful kids at very different stages. You're trying to balance both of them. Your husband's business is incredibly successful. Stalked his Instagram. It's growing.
He does all right.
He's doing all right. This house is beautiful. And all the things he's doing, like, he's just expanded as well. So as a partner, you guys have got a lot going on.
Yeah, and we might be moving just to throw another spanner in the works.
But how fun.
Yeah, it is fun. It is fun. We've got a lot to look forward to. But main priority is always being a mum. And that's the thing. I've got to make sure that I have enough time to be present and enough time to give my kids, because you never get these days back. So
it goes
that's
so
first and foremost, and then whatever excess time, if any, then I would like to do some more fitness stuff.
Oh, I love your fitness stuff, and I think keep sharing that, because it's a part of your identity. You can tell you're so passionate about it.
I love food, I love fitness.
Are you a cook?
Yeah, I just,
Yeah? Okay, so
I've already cooked dinner.
Oh my gosh.
No, but that's just my
I hope my husband didn't hear that.
I do love cooking. Yeah, that's my creative outlet, is being in the kitchen.
Cookbook. Yeah, we got things.
You're creating more work from me, thanks.
No, but that's my brain. Poor Elise, I keep saying you're behind the camera, they know that now. But I am just like an ideas person, and she's like, whoa, we need to just pull it back. Like yesterday, these t-shirts we're wearing, I literally go, I want to make t-shirts and I want to give Krystal one tomorrow. And I was like, can you design this for me? And I'm going to find
get it printed that day.
Yeah, and then the guy's like, oh, we only have these t-shirts. I'm like, no, we really need like a cotton t-shirt. And he's like, today? I'm like, yep, we're going to get it done.
I love it, and I got my shirt.
We did it. Oh, it's somewhere. But anyway, so it's just, ideas. But thank you so much for welcoming
Thank you so much.
I can't even speak. Welcoming us into your home.
Thank you for coming.
No, it was so great. And this is the beautiful Krystal, everyone. Yay. Oh my gosh, thank you.
So that was just a tiny insight into Krystal's world. Be sure to follow Krystal. Her platforms are linked below to stay up to date on her and her world. Like we said in the introduction, and I hate saying this, but if you could please subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up if you like what you see, to help this community grow so we can reach more mamas. Anyway, we'll see you next Sunday at 7 p.m. See you later, mamas.